This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that the... Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me. It is much appreciated. We're here again with another Classic Watch 25 possible based in Ireland. But before we take a look at the horse, people will be able to find the Classic Watch website at classicwatch25.great/site.net. That will be the place for all the horses throughout the year. It's only got Australian trained horses on at the moment. The Australians well into their 3-year-old campaign of 2025, which actually starts in August the 1st, 2024. So without further ado, we're going to take a look at another horse today, and that horse is the winner of the Group 1 National Stakes in Ireland, one of the leading 2-year-old races in Europe, and the horse is the Joseph O'Brien trained Scorthy Champ, owned by Rectory Road Holdings Limited, B. Fowler and Mrs. A.M. O'Brien at the moment, which I think might be Aidan O'Brien's mother. It's the horse sired by Memas. I think this is the first Memas that I've covered on any edition of Classic Watch, out of a dam called Fidaha, who were horse bred by the Healthy Wood Company Limited, and the dam sire of the horse is New Approach. People will see Memas' sire index at the Racing Post is only 6.7 furlongs, which indicates that at the moment he is a bit of a sire of sprinters. But this horse has come out and won the Group 1 7 furlong National Stakes, so the horse must have a chance of staying the mile for the guineas, at least for any sort of classic tilt in the 2,000 guineas at least. Whether the horse will stay any further than that is up to debate. I think it's up to debate whether they even try to stay a mile. I don't think Memas has ever sired a classic winner. People take a look at the form of Scorthy Champ. He's done pretty much everything I would like a horse to do in a 2-year-old campaign. He's got off the mark first time out back in May 2024 at Leopardstown, beating Dahlia Noir by 2 lengths. And he then ended his campaign after only 3 runs with a win on the 15th of September 2024 in the Group 1 National Stakes, beating another Classic Watch 25 possible, Henri Matisse, by 3/4 of a length, after losing by 2 lengths to the same horse, Henri Matisse, on his second run in the EBF Futurity Stakes. An interesting horse, I think, Scorthy Champ. He deserves the utmost respect, having won the Group 1 National Stakes in Ireland. He deserves at least a chance to go on the possibles list, and that is what this video is hopefully going to achieve at some point. People will see if they look at the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database. Scorthy Champ has had 3 runs. It's never been out of the first 3. 2 victories, and his career earnings of €257,420. People will see that the horse Scorthy Champ is damline 9C, which, as people know who have watched his videos for quite a while, is a damline replete with top class Classic Watch potential. Classic potential, and that is why I have decided to go with this son of Memas, the first ever Memas on Classic Watch. What we're going to do, in the usual fashion, we're going to take a look at the first 5 dams all the way back to 1972. We're going to take a look at any other good relatives that we find along the way, Scorthy Champ, and then we're going to watch the horse win. We're going to watch him win first time out at Leopardstown in May, and we're going to watch him win the Group 1 National Stakes at the Curragh in September. 2 of his 3 runs, actually. So without further ado, let's get started. Before we even take a look at the dam of Scorthy Champ, we're hitting the decent relatives. Knight, a colt born in 2020, sired by Memas again. This one also out of Fidaha. Knight, a decent horse, really. He's finished in the first 3 in 4 of his 6 starts, winning twice, and earnings of £83,403 in Great Britain. People see that at night was a Group 3 winning 2-year-old, winning the Horace Hill Stakes of 2022. And at 3, the horse was second in the Group 2 Celebration Mile. And the listed Fortune Stakes, trained by Simon and Ed Crisford. That was the amount of form at the moment. First in the Group 2 placed, Group 3 winner. I think he's had more runs than that now. This hasn't been updated for over a year, the page of night. But yeah, Group 3 winner, Group 3 winning 2-year-old, also by Memas. The next one we need to look at is also by Memas. Malavath, a filly foaled in 2019, also out of Fidaha. Malavath raced 11 times, according to these, out of the first 3 in 4 of her 11 starts, 7 out of 11 in the first 3, managing to win 3 starts, earnings of $471,027, €427,027, racing in France and the US. Malavath at 2, another Group 2 winning 2-year-old, finished them, winning the Group 2 Criterium de Maison Lafitte and placed in the Group 1 Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And at 3, it's hard to say this horse didn't train on, really. At 3, the horse won the Group 3 Prix-Imprudence at Deauville and was second in the Group 1 Prix de la Forêt at Longchamp, and was also fourth in the Group 1 Prix Rothschild, over a mile at Deauville. So a dual Group 1 placed, Group 2 and Group 3 winning, full brother, full sister to the horse we're looking at, Scorthy Champ in Malavath. Very interesting horse, Malavath, I think was. We're now at the dam of Scorthy Champ, Fidaha, a mare foaled in 2014, sired by New Approach, out of a dam called Sestel. Fidaha only raced 4 times and was never out of the first 3, never in the first 3 in her life, and earning no money at all from her racing career. According to this, I did manage to find 2 decent horses related to Fidaha out of the second dam. Steeper Mac, probably butchered that, a bit Gaelic, isn't it? Was a mare born in 2012, sired by Vocalised, out of a dam called Sestel again. Stepper Mac raced 23 times. He only won twice, but was in the first 3 in 10 of 23 times. He was in the first 3, was in the first 3 7 times. Third 7 times, earnings of €197,503. Decent career, Steeper Mac, was placed in some Group 3s at 4. Also a 2-year-old pattern race winner of the Group 3 Kilovolt Stakes at Leopardstown. At 3, the horse was placed in 3 pattern races. None of them were above the level he had already won at, though. At 4, the horse won another Group 3, the Amethyst Stakes, was placed in the Athazi, but was third in 2 Group 1 races, the Prix Rothschild in France and the Prix Jean Romanet, also in France. Horse stayed 1 mile 2 furlongs in a mile, quite comfortably, this one. So Steeper Mac, dual Group 3 winner and a dual Group 1 placed, dual Group 3 winner, raced in Ireland, France and Canada. Steeper Mac. The next one we're going to take a look at is uncertainly Sea Steech. I'm sure I butchered that one. A mare foaled in 2011, sired by New Approach, out of a dam called Sestel. So this one is a full sister to the dam of ours, Fidaha. Sea Steech raced 11 times and was in the first 3 in 8 of 11 times, winning 4 and earning €235,665. Another good career. Sea Steech again, another pattern race winning 2-year-old, winning the listed Camford Cliff Stakes in Ireland at Tipperary. And the horse at 4 came back and won a Grade 3 in America, the Robert G. Dick Memorial Stakes at Delaware. So a Group 3 and listed winner. It's also second in the Group 3 Dowager Stakes at Keeneland. The horse raced in Ireland and America. So yes, we've got a couple of very interesting horses related there to the dam of Scorthy Champ. We're on to the second dam now, Sestel. Might have even butchered that. A mare foaled in 2006, sired by Novair, out of a dam called Sharafanya. Sestel, again, another dam, failed to win, only securing 1 second place in 8 starts and €2,750. £24 in earnings. But as we know, both two mares are good black type producers and bred by Jim Bolger. The horse now, the second dam, it's related to some nice horses, really. Sharafania, the third dam, foaled in 2000, sired by Zophonic, out of a dam called Sharamana. Sharafania, according to this, was unraced, bred by the Aga Khan and sent to Italy. The third dam, it's now really that the horses, we have to go back a fair way for this one. You see, while Scorthy Champ demands respect regarding the classics, it's not an obvious one, this, is it? Both the second dams failed to win, and there is plenty of pattern race quality in a couple of the relatives, but not as much as we would like, it's fair to say, until we get into the relations of the third dam, because then the horses really do start to come. The fourth dam, Sharamana, of the horse, is also the dam of this horse, Giant Sandman, a stallion in Scandinavia, foaled in 2007, sired by Footsteps in the Sand, out of Sharamana. Giant Sandman raced 30 times and was in the first three in 19 of his 30 starts, managing to win 12 of them for career earnings of $402,767 American dollars. Giant Sandman, very good horse, really. He was a high weight, older horse between 5 and 7 furlongs in Germany in 2013. The horse raced in England, France, Germany, Norway, Sweden, the UAE, and the USA. Aged between 2 and 8. A globe-trotting horse, really. Exported to Norway, where he's standing at stud in Stuteri Hjortabo in Denmark, according to this page. The horse there, C1, a Group 2 in Germany, the Golden Pecha, opened by and Bayern. The horse won the Polar Cup in Norway, Group 3, over 7 furlongs. He also won the Open Sprint Championship in Sweden, a 6-furlong race at Tarby. He also won the Versprint Swedish listed sprint at Tarby as well. Listed race at Norway as well, and another one at Norway as well, the Springlop at Oreval. Second in the Group 3 Polar Cup and the Tarby Open Sprint Championships, and third in a graded race in America, the Lost in the Fog Stakes at Golden Gate in 2015. Interesting horse, and this Sharamana is also the dam of that. Sharamana is also the dam of Shalamantika, a mare foaled in 1999 who won one of her 8 starts, but she was in the first 3 in 4 of her 8 starts, winning $22,412 American dollars. She was third in the EBF Harvest Stakes, a race held in England, but she did breed some nice horses. Sharamana, also the dam of this one. Shalanaya, a mare foaled in 2006, sired by Lomitas, out of Salamantica. Shalanaya won 3 of her 10 starts, in the first 3 in 6 of 10. Earnings €420,262 in France, Japan and Canada. You'll see that Shalanaya was first in the Group 1 Prix de l'Opera of 2009, and she also won the listed Prix de Liancourt. Fourth in the Queen Elizabeth II Cup in Kyoto, Japan at 3. At 4, she was second in a place in the 2 Group 1s, the Prix Gannet in France and the EP Taylor Stakes in Canada. Raced in France, Japan, the UK and Canada. Shalanaya, her Group 1 winner. The second dam is the third dam of Scorthy Champ. The next one we need to take a look at is Shankade, another one sired out of Shalamantika and sired by Azamor. Shankade only raced 6 times, was never out of the first 3, winning 3 starts and earning £106,741. A good career, Shankade. You'll see she won the Group 2 Prix-Chaudenay of 2011. She was also placed in the Group 1 Prix-Royal Oak, which is a classic form, the French St Leger of 2011. And she was also placed in the Lily Langtree at Goodwood and the Prix de Mailleret at Saint Cloud. A good career, Shankade, Group 1 placed, Group 2 winner. The next one we need to take a look at is the 4th dam. I think we're at the 4th dam already now. Sharamana, the 4th dam of Scorthy Champ, foaled in 1991. Sired by Darshan, out of a dam called Charmine. Sharamana was never out of the first 2 in 3 starts, winning twice and earning $59,348. Sharamana managed to win the Prix Minerve in France, Group 3, and she was also second in the Prix de Tulier, a listed race at Longchamp. So I think this one really, it's the first dam to have won a race, yet alone a pattern race. Yes, the 4th dam is a Group 3 winner, and she's also a half-sister to Shergar. Shergar foaled in 1978, sired by Great Nephew, out of a dam called Charmine. People will see that Charmine is also the dam of Sharamana. This is where really things really do get quite interesting. The back pedigree of this horse is very strong. Shergar only out of the first 3 once in 8 starts, managing to win 6 races and earning $684,479 American dollars in his career. Proceeds to see Shergar never won a pattern race. Oh, he won the Quiz Plate at 2 and was second in the Group 1 Futurity Stakes. It's a Group 1 now. Dual Classic winner of 1981, the horse won the UK and Irish Derby of 1981. The horse also won the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Diamond Stakes. The horse also won the Guardian Classic Trial and the Chester Bars, a couple of Group 3 races, before sadly dying in 1983 under very suspicious circumstances. And the remains of the great horse have never sadly been found. People might remember his half-brother, foaled 3 years later in 1981, Chernazar, sired by Busted. Out of Charmine, Chernazar was in the first 2 in 8 of his 12 starts, winning 5 of them. Career earnings of $102,095 American dollars. People see that it took Chernazar a while to break through into the pattern level. He had to wait until 4 years old when the horse won the Group 2 Geoffrey Freer Stakes and the Group 3 September Stakes, as well as the Group 3 Glorious Stakes. Group 2 and dual Group 3 winner was 4th in the Great Voltager of 1984 and 2nd in the Gordon Stakes the same year, 2nd in the Granby Stakes, age 2, before sadly dying in January 2009. It's a good stallion, Chernazar was, mainly in the end of national hunt horses. If people look at this stallion in Japan, Smart Odin, they'll be able to see that Chernazar's record is actually on here somewhere. There he is. He foaled 830 foals, 572 of them raced, 286 of them won, and Chernazar himself sired 19 stakes winners. People will can see there. So yeah, a solid enough stallion on the flat, but he did sire a few national hunt horses at the end, it's fair to say. Shamadara is a mare foaled in 1993, sired by Kayazi, out of Shamazana, down to Charmine being the 2nd dam of these now. Shamadara was an interesting horse, only out of the first 2 in 2 out of 6 starts, 2 wins and 2 seconds. Career earnings of £96,704. Shamadara had an interesting career. He won the Group 2 Prix de Mailleret and was 2nd in 2 Group 1s, in 1 Group 1, 2nd in the Irish Oaks and of 1996, more classic place form, and 4th in the Yorkshire Oaks, Group 1, also bred and owned by the Aga Khan. There's a few now out of Shamadara as well. She did that certainly. This line really, as you'll be able to start to gather, is more for fillies than mare colts at the moment, apart from the great Shergar and Chernazar. Another filly now, Shamdala, a mare foaled in 2002, sired by Grand Lodge, out of a dam called Shamadara. Shamdala had won half of her starts, 5 of 10 starts, and in the first 3 in 7 of 10 starts. earnings of $424,117 American dollars. And Group 1 winner won the Gran Premio di Milano in Italy, Shamdala, and also won the Prix Chaudenay, Group 2, and the Group 3 Prix de la Teste. Group 3, Group 2, and Group 1 winning mare there, Shamdala. Another one out of Shamadara is Shamanova, a mare foaled in 2007, sired by Danehill Dancer, out of Shamadara. Shamanova only won 3 of her 13 starts, but she was in the first 3 in 11 of 13 starts for career earnings of €177,600. She had a decent career, Shamanova, again, without actually winning a pattern race. She was placed in the Group 2 Prix de Marais, the Group 3 Prix Minerve, the Group 3 Prix de la Teste, the Group 3 Prix Allée France, another Group 2 race there, the Prix Maurice de Noy, placed in the Group 2 Prix de Pomont, and the Group 3 Prix de Gladiateur. Plenty of placed form for Shamanova, but she just couldn't get her head in front for that elusive pattern race victory. But she did very well indeed. Another one out of Shamadara is Shamakia, a mare foaled in 2006, sired by Intikab. Shamakia was never out of the first 3 in 4 starts, winning twice and earning €66,875, racing solely in France. Shamakia won the listed Prix de Thiberville at Longchamp, and she was also third, in the Group 2 Prix de Marais and the Group 3 Prix de Royaumont. So Group 2 and Group 3 placed listed winner in only 4 starts. And this one you'll see there, Shamakaya, is in fact a black type producer. Taking a look at horses now like Shamkala, a mare foaled in 2011, sired by Pivotal, out of Shamakia. Shamkala won half of her starts, 3 out of 6, and earnings of €126,100 in her career. Shamkala won the Group 3 Prix de Cleopatra of 2014 and was 4th in the Group 1 Prix de Diane a year later in 2015. And again, you'll see there that Shamkala is a black type producer. She is the dam of Shamarkand, a colt born in 2021. Quite a promising colt, really, sired by Harzand, out of a dam called Shamkala. You'll see that this horse here, Shamarkand, has never finished out of the first 2 in 7 starts. 4 wins and 3 thirds. Earnings of only €84,200 at this stage. But could there be more to come from this horse, aged 4 in 2025? People look at his career so far. The horse was 3rd in the Prix Frédéric de Lagrange, a listed race, and the horse was 3rd in the Group 3 Prix Gérald de Joffre as well. Group 3 place listed winner only in 2024. Could there be more to come from this horse next season? Shamakand, this is another one that really takes this pedigree, along with Scorthy Champ, to the present day. Where are we up to now? Sharamana, we've got to get rid of these 3. Shamkala and Shamakand. We are now on to Shamdara. You'll see this is another one out of Shamadara. Shamdara, a mare foaled in 1998, sired by Dr. Devious, out of Shamadara. Good career, Shamadara, in the first 3 in half of her 8 starts, winning twice, only managing to earn €46,090 in her career. But she managed to get placed in 2 listed races. Placed in 2 pattern races. She was 3rd in the Group 2 Prix de Marais, and she was 2nd in the listed Prix Petit Etoile. Again, rather like one of the mares we just looked at, but sadly failed to get that elusive pattern race victory for our owner and breeder, the Aga Khan. The next horse we need to look at is another one out of Shamdara, Shamdinan. Shamdinan, a horse foaled in 2004, sired by Dr. Fong, out of Shamdara. People see that this horse, Shamdinan, only won twice, but the horse was in the first three in half of its starts, 6 of 12 starts, and is a racing millionaire, earning $1,126,153 American dollars. Shamdinan, Group 1 winner at 3, second in the listed Prix de Bois at 2. At 3, the horse won the Prix Gouvernante in France and also won the Secretariat Stakes of 2007 Group 1 victory. Horse was second in the Breeders' Cup Turf as well, as finishing second in the Prix de Nanterre, and was third in the Prix de Jockey Club in the same year, 2007, the French Derby. So Shamdinan, decent horse, was a stallion in Italy and later a stallion in Libya. Another horse we need to take a look at now is Brazilian Pulse. An interesting horse bred in New Zealand in 2007, sired by Captain Rio, out of a dam called Shahrazad. People will see there that Charmine is the 4th dam of this horse. Brazilian Pulse had an interesting career. The horse never out of the first 3 in 9 starts, winning 5 of his 9 starts. Career earnings of $1,120,638 Australian dollars. The horse a classic winner, winning the 2010 Crown Oaks Group 1. The horse winning also the Group 2 Wakeful Stakes and the Group 3 Keith F. Nolan Stakes. Keith F. Nolan Classic, Group 1, Group 2 and Group 3 winner. Placed also in the 2010 1,000 Guineas at Caulfield and also placed in the Vinery Stud Stakes at Rose Hill. So a very good horse, Brazilian Pulse, it's fair to say. Taking the form out of Europe and bringing the line to the Southern Hemisphere in New Zealand. Next one we need to take a look at is Golden Neppy, a mare foaled in 2000, sired by Revoke, out of Shajara. People will see that again, Charmine is the 3rd dam of this classic winner. The horse was placed in 10 of his 12 starts in the first 3, managing to win 3 of her 12 starts. Earnings of $269,863 American dollars. This horse won the 2003 Group 2 Italian Guineas, the Premio Regina Elena, as well as winning a couple of listed races at 2 as well. But the classic winner winning the 2003 Italian 1,000 Guineas. Another horse we need to take a look at is Charmine herself. Charmine is, I think, the 5th dam of Scorthy Champ. Yes, she is. Foaled in 1972. Sired by Val de Loire, out of a dam called Nazreen. Charmine, we'll see, only managed to win 1 out of 8 starts, but she was in the first 3 in 4 of her 8 starts, earning €10,964. Winner of 1 race, and as we know, dam of Shergar, and also the dam of Chernazar. So this is Scorthy Champ, while not being an obvious classic contender, if people go back far enough in his pedigree, I think people can see that the potential is there for this horse to be decent. There's others as well on 9C that I managed to find looking at this focal site, which we'll take a look at in a minute. Dylan Mouth is a horse that was born in 2011, sired by Dylan Thomas, out of a dam called Cottonmouth. And people will see that if they go back quite a way back in the pedigree of Dylan Mouth, they'll come to Nazreen, who is the 6th dam of Dylan Mouth, and she is also the 6th dam of Scorthy Champ. Dylan Mouth had an exceptional career. Won the Group 1 Italian Derby, won the Group 1 Italian GP Del Jockey Club of 2014. Also won the Group 2 Italian Derby and the winner of the Prix Emanuele Filiberto as well. And the Prix Federico Tessio, Group 2 as well. At 4, the horse won the GP di Milano, Group 1, the Premier Roma of Italy, Group 1, Federico Tessio, Group 2. The horse won 14 of 30 starts and was in the first 3 in 20 of 30 starts, earning £949,476 in Italy and Great Britain. A prolific winner. Also won the Premio Carlo D'Alessio of Italy, Group 3. Second in the GP del Jockey Club that year. At 5, the horse won the Group 2 GP de Milano. You see the races already being relegated as far back as 2016 now. And the horse was third in the listed Floodlit Stakes in the UK. And at 7, in 2018, the horse won the Group 3 Silver Cup in the UK and was placed in the listed Fred Archer Stakes as well. So the horse did come to the UK towards the end of his career to add to his Italian form. Stud in 2019 at Worsall Grange Stud in England. Obviously, I ran the pedigree through Harry and couldn't really find any evidence of Dylan Mouth siring any good horses. But the sixth dam is the same. Sixth dam is the same. Dylan Mouth as Scorthy Champ. If people go further back, they will come back to a mare called Ginetta, who I think is the seventh dam of Scorthy Champ. Yes, foaled in 1956. Ginetta, well worth taking a look at as well, sired by Tullia out of Diaboloretta. Ginetta won 6 out of 16 starts. She was in the first 2 in 14 of her 16 starts. She is, in fact, the winner of the 1959 French 1,000 guineas. So while there might not be as much immediate form on this dam line 9C, so maybe to persuade people that Scorthy Champ could be a classic contender. The further people go back, the stronger the case remains, really does. You've got classic winners, breeding classic winners on this line as well. You've got Sopran Londa, a mare born in 1995, sired by Danehill, out of a dam called Longobarda. People see that if they go back to Rosalie, dam foaled in 1958, they go back all the way to Dodoma, who is the 7th dam of this horse, Rosalie. They will come back to Sopran Londa. You'll see that Charmine, a 9th dam of Scorthy Champ, is actually the 6th dam of Sopran Londa. Is that right? 7th dam, sorry. Bit of a stretch, but she is a classic winner. Born in 1995, sired by Danehill. She won 4 of her 12 starts. In the first 3 in 7 of her 12 starts, earning $145,942. You'll see there, Sopran Londa won the Premio Regina Elena of 1998, the Italian 1,000 guineas. And was also third in the Super Bowl Stakes, a race ran in America. She is also the dam of Cima de Triomphe, a horse foaled in 2005. In the first 3 in 10 of his 23 starts, winning 7 times. Career earnings of $527,112, something or others. People see this horse won the 2008 Italian Derby before it was relegated to the Group 2 it is now. And the horse won the 2008 Premio Emanuele Filiberto as well at San Siro, and was second in the Gran Premio del Jockey Club Italiano, the Group 1 race as well. Very good horse. Cima de Triomphe was. Entered stud in 2011 for 6 years at Harris-Tetheny in France. Shuttled to Harris de Lienda in Argentina. And again, Argentina is where this stallion is still standing. Cima de Triomphe still standing at stud in Harris de Lienda. What a servant this stallion has been to these connections. Very good record. Sired a lot of horses. Sired plenty of crops, numbering in the 60s and 70s and above in his career. Stud duties in France and Argentina in 2011. It's safe to say the horse has sired enough horses, really, in his career. Sired 754 foals, 533 of them have ran. 318 of them between them have won 792 races. The horse has sired 16 individual stakes winners and 9 individual graded winners. The 16 stakes winners between them have won 37 stakes races, and the 9 graded winners between them have won 26 graded races. So the sort of horse really where if they're good, they win more than once. The stallion Cima de Triomphe. Pattern race graded stakes winners at 2, 3 and 4. Can't really knock him under any of the age groups. And the colts and the fillies, 16 fillies have won graded races and 10 colts have won graded races. The race distances, anything but under 5 furlongs, people seem to be the distance, and the extreme distances of 2,400 metres and above. Not many, no graded races winners there, but the 7 are between 1 mile 3 and 1 mile 4 furlongs, and also between 1 mile 1 and 1 mile 2 furlongs. He has side 7 graded winners. Individually, 5 of the graded race winners have come distances of up to 1 mile and 2 furlongs and 1 mile, 1 furlong, where 5 of the individual graded winners have come. Interesting stallion, I think. Cima de Triomphe done a lot of his siren in Argentina. 411 have ran in Argentina. 56 have ran in France, where there was no stakes winners at all. All his stakes winners have come in South America, 8 in Argentina and 1 in Chile. So the stallion didn't really take off in Europe, it's fair to say. 11 ran in Great Britain, only 2 ran in Ireland, 17 ran in Italy. He had a go, didn't he? Slovakia, Poland, Serbia, Belgium, among the things, but more than 10. Uruguay, Chile, and mainly siren in Argentina, where most of his success has come. But an interesting stallion, I think it's fair to say. Cima de Triomphe. And then if people go back, you see 9C historically is a very strong line. It's that people can really get to Mumtaz Begum, one of the leading, I think, broodmares in the history of horse racing, quite easily on this line. If they keep scrolling down, they get to Mumtaz Mahal first in 1921. You know, and then it's all the way. People can get to Mumtaz Begum, I think, after that. She's on here somewhere, I'm fairly certain she is. But you get the point, really, with Mumtaz Mahal on the line of in 1921, sired by the Tetrack. You'll see, even if you go further back, you get horses like Tudor Minstrel, Sayadati. You know, this is a line, really, that is very good and they produce many a world-class horse, it's fair to say. Some very good horses on this line. And where people say Mumtaz Mahal, we've got Aga Khan, one of his foundation horses, Mahmood, in 1933. Got Migoli, the Arc winner as well. You've got horses. Oh, there was. I thought I found Mumtaz Mahal there. Mumtaz Begum, but Petit Etoile as well. And that's their line of Zarkava and all them as well. And you've got Nishapur on there as well. Alamshah, this is another line. The Aga Khan really has done well. You've got all the Al Rukabas and the Alouettes on this line as well. You've got Aussie Rules yesterday, Allegretta as well. Got some very good horses, without any shadow of a doubt, on this line. And if people were to even go further back to that, the horses that have dominated New Zealand as well, if they get Tessa Gillian in any of the lines, you've got horses like Dane De Beers, Don Eduardo, Octagonal, you know, Muwad. They've all won classics in Australia and New Zealand. This is the section we're on about, really. There's Ginetta, the French 1,000 guineas winner of 1959. The Diaboloretta, the Dam of Her. And you've got Dodoma in 1939. There's Sopran Linda and Cima de Triomphe. And there's Nasrullah. Nasrullah, one of the best stallions of the early part of the 20th century. Horse that won 5 of his 10 starts in the first 3 in 8 of 10 starts. Only earning $15,217 racing. Horse won the Coventry Stakes, second in the Middle Park Stakes. Horse won the Chatteris Stakes, won the Cavenham Stakes, the Champion Stakes at 3, third in the Derby. of 1943. A proper war horse, but it was at stud really where Nasrullah earned his stripes. It's an English champion 2-year-old colt of 1942. Sold for 19,000 guineas to Joseph McGrath. Entered stud in Ireland. Sold for 370,000. Sent to Claiborne Farm, Kentucky. Top American sire 5 times, Nasrullah, and died of a ruptured blood vessel on May the 26th, 1959, and is in fact buried at Claiborne Farm. One of the breed-shaping stallions, it's fair to say. So you got Nasrullah and Shergo on the same line as the national winner, Scorthy Champ. If people go back far enough, you see. 9C, very good line of horses. And this Memas, really, I think if it was on any other line, Dylan Thomas and 9C as well. So Dylan Mouth is quite into bread, isn't he? You got Dylan Thomas, homecoming queen there as well. Some very interesting horses all the way back to the 1836 British Derby winner, Bloomsbury. So yeah, very interesting contender. I think Scorthy Champ, not an obvious one, but as the winner of the Group 1 National Stakes, definitely warrants respect. This video, I'm hoping, will give him respect where Classic Watch 25 is concerned. What we can do now is we can close down a few tabs to save CPU, and we can watch the horse win a couple of races, starting by watching him win his debut on the 17th of May 2024 in a £9,000 maiden at Leopardstown. Let's watch this race and see what we make of it, shall we?
And that off as they break away over 7 furlongs in the first race. Slow to go was Dalian War, and this the Irish EBF maiden. And its Divine Genius prominent leads up Legends of the Land, handy horse with the big white face is Mount Kilimanjaro, running the rail as hot as hell. They're attended by Green Acid and then Bees Wings and Yamal next. On the inside is Scorthy Champ. As they head off the back straight, it's Divine Genius with Green Acid moving into second place ahead of Legends of the Land and then Hot as Hell and Mount Kilimanjaro. Together next, Scorthy Champ and Yamal and then Bees Wings as Dalian War relegates, ridden along William F. Brown to the tail end of the field. Coming up to the halfway stage, and it's Divine Genius leading narrowly from Green Acid. Hot as Hell shares third with Mount Kilimanjaro. In between those two is Legends of the Land with 3 furlongs to go. Yamal pushed along in the Scorthy Champ and Dalian War as they climb for the entrance to the straight. Matching strides, Divine Genius, and ridden up on the outside is Green Acid, followed in by both Mount Kilimanjaro. And behind them is Hot as Hell and the Scorthy Champ. Wide of the leaders is Dalian War, who's staying on ahead of Yamal. It's a bunch up racing towards the final furlong, and here comes Scorthy Champ to run them down. Dalian War on the outside, just in a second from Mount Kilimanjaro. Staying on late in the piece is Yamal, but it is Scorthy Champ and Dylan Brown McMonigal home by 2.5. Dalian War second, Yamal third.
I thought really that was a very nice debut performance there from Scorthy Champ. You see there that the horse really did quicken, didn't he? Coming into the final furlong, and I think really he was a worthy winner on the day. Very good performance. His turn of foot was way too good really for the rest of them in that race, and he scored with relative ease. I was hoping really that we wouldn't have to wait until August. We had June and July, I was hoping, to sort the horse out. He came back in August 2024 and was third in a muddling race of 4 runners, really, beaten 2 lengths by Henri Matisse in the Futurity, which really put a dent in him, being by Memas. So when he lined up in the National Stakes on the 15th of September 2024, it really was all to play for regarding Scorthy Champ's classic prospects. And I think he did Connections proud in this race. This, I think, was a good performance. Let's watch the race now. The Group 1 National Stakes held at the Colour.
Good to go. Net off. 8 coals over 7 furlongs. The Group 1 Goffs Vincent O'Brien National Stakes. And up for the lead, Rook of Cashel, Seagulls 11, followed out wide by the Parthenon. These are tracked towards the inside by Scorthy Champ and then Henri Matisse and the Morey City. At the back is Card of the County. Seagulls 11 with on the outside joining issue the Parthenon, followed by Rock of Cashel, who's on the left. And then a nudged along Hill Road and Morey City next, and then Scorthy Champ with the final couple, Henri Matisse and Card of the County. As the Parthenon just picks it up from Seagulls 11, and then Rock of Cashel edging closer is the Morey City. Being pumped away is Hill Road, followed then by Scorthy Champ, Card of the County, and bringing up the rear with 3 furlongs to go is Henri Matisse. Racing to the final 2.5 furlongs in the Goffs Vincent O'Brien National Stakes. And they're wide across the course. Over the far side, Scorthy Champ from Seagulls 11. In between them, Rock of Cashel. Picking up in the centre in the dark blue colours is Henri Matisse. Gone away from Morey City, Card of the County, Hill Road and the Parthenon. Scorthy Champ over on the far side just has it. Henri Matisse is running around under pressure. In between horses is Seagulls 11, but it's Scorthy Champ who's taking a big step in the National Stakes. Second is Henri Matisse. Third is Seagulls 11, and in fourth place going to Morey City.
I personally think there was no fluke about that win whatsoever from Scorthy Champ on the day. I think the horse was a very worthy winner, it's fair to say. You saw him travelling up on the inside, and he travelled arguably as well as anything in that Group 1 National Stakes. And I do think this is a horse. You saw the back pedigree of the horse, horses like Shergar, even further back than that. Nasrullah, breed-defining stallions like Nasrullah, and who knows what Shergar would have done in the breeding shed. But you saw all the decent mares that have won pattern race form and have bred pattern race form. You know, from there, you've had some Group 1 winners, you've had some classic winners in Italy and some decent classic efforts elsewhere in France and Ireland, in the UK, and the UK Derby and Oaks as well. Horses like Shergar have run well, obviously, in the British Derby. And you've seen really that the two full brothers and sisters, Knight and Malavath, have also ran quite well. You know, both secured pattern race efforts. It's just the stallion, really, Memas. Can Memas break into the ranks of getting out of being pigeonholed as a sprint stallion? Me personally, I think if people were to try him with middle distance dams, I think he would stay. I know for a fact that Memas is on the same line as stallions like Luso and Needlegun and Warsan. You know, I do not think there's any doubts at all in the stamina of Memas. It's just he wasn't raced himself at 3. His form was all at 2. And he has been pigeonholed, rather, as a trainer of 2-year-olds and further down the line, a trainer of sprinters. I don't necessarily agree with that. You know, I've been waiting for a horse like Scorthy Champ to make the case for Memas. It's just a shame, really, that between, say, the second, third and the fourth dams, where we hit Shergar and all them horses, and the third dam to a lesser extent, there's not as much out of the second and third dams as I would like. Is Scorthy Champ a classic horse? Well, the winner of the National Stakes, I would be surprised if he doesn't end up running in some sort of classic. Scorthy Champ along the way. It will just be interesting to see how the horse goes in his 3-year-old campaign here in 2025. Right, I can end this video here now, I think. Thank you very much to everybody for taking the time to watch the video. As always, it is very much appreciated. What I will do is I will leave a copy of the Classic Watch 25 Possibles playlist to enable people who have learned about Scorthy Champ to learn about all the other horses that are on the Classic Watch 25 Possibles, mainly in Australia, UK, Ireland and Japan at the moment, although I'm sure hoping that will change in the coming months and weeks. And I will also give everybody who has watched this video without subscribing to the channel, I will give you an opportunity to subscribe to the channel as well. That way you will not miss any more of my content. So without further ado, I can end this video here now. I think take care everybody on this Wednesday evening. Have a fantastic day. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and goodbye.